Today at One Man Garage, we're gonna get the cool vintage blue anodized aluminum valve covers back on. I took them off because I didn't actually get them to seal good because I didn't check the flatness on these aluminum ones where they'd been used and warped down on the bolt holes. And I went and got the thicker gaskets. My inventory, I had the Velcro 1627, which is extra thick. And man, look how pretty that blue is. Too bad the outside's not as good. But anyway, I cleaned it up and flattened it out and silicone those in dry so they'll stay on the cover and have plenty of squish to get back down on here. Of course, the dang cat's been climbing up on here. Really need those things to go away. Anyways, probably wipe the oil off the bottom edge and any of this little bit of mess. I think lashes are pretty alright on this, best I can tell. Sweet. I had little studs on the top, but I'm going to have to go round up some for the bottom because it had thick stock bolts, and the new gasket's too thick to use a stock bolt. We ain't firing it up today anyway. Ain't got no gas in it. Same story over here. Got studs on the top, and need to round up some for the bottom. Some carb studs. You know, Pontiac's got the threads same as a carb stud, so that's handy for the valve covers. Yeah, this one's not quite as good as the other side, but anyway, the whole look of this thing is to look like an old Survivor race car, you know, that's always been a race car. So it has some 80s, 70s, 80s looking parts, and then some 2000s parts, and you know, just kind of throw the vibe down of a Super Duty Catalina, but something that's always been a race car its whole life, except it was more like this car waited its whole life to become a race car, which is pretty cool because, you know, a $300 POS Catalina doesn't always get to live its best life at the end. So it's coming around. I guess it's time for my annual rant on dirt daubers. For some of my watchers that live in regions without dirt daubers, those are these little wasp-like creatures, insects that like to make little sandy mud nests in 3/8-16 thread holes are their favorite. So if you have your engine block or transmission, usually it's your fresh engine on your stand in your garage, or your cylinder heads, and I guess on imports maybe it's a 10mm thread. Anyways, if that stuff just sits around, they'll just go put their babies in it and fill it with the mud. So like you're real, you know, gonna be kind of pissed. You go put your transmission in and your motor's already in your car and you can't get your bolt started because the hole's filled with sand and mud after you've put everything up against itself there. Like, you're gonna be mad. So I didn't do it here because I'm not using these holes, but something I always think about doing is, especially if something's sitting around the garage or even under the hood, just get some wheel bearing grease and just pack the holes full of grease on those threaded holes that are like for accessories and whatnot. And why not, you know? I mean, golly, just be done with it. You don't have to worry about it, and it doesn't rust either. Or you can put tape over it, whatever. So that's your annual Dirt Dauber Rant public service announcement brought to you by me. Just this stooping to get all that in a trash bag got my back locked up tighter than Democrat's purse, you know what I'm saying? Recycling engaged. My favorite wrench out. Yep. Need to get the top bell housing bolts out before we jack the car up because we need to take the front wheels off because I've still had a new drum I wanted to put on this side. The other one was kind of warpy, couldn't get it turned even though it didn't vibrate, but I need to do that. And this A-frame bushing's blowed out, and I've got another dry rotted, not blowed out one off the Grand Prix I can throw on it for now. I can rebuild this one later. And, you know, jack it up, gotta do the transmission still. I had to pull that cap cool off. That red area where the module goes, it's still a module, but it's a Mallory module for HEI with a little dial adjustment. Can't see it from here, but it has a rev limiter built in, which is kind of cool. If you like the look of a stock HEI, I mean, I got a blue cap, but if you had a black cap and stock coil cover, you could have a cool rev limiter without any kind of visible box or aftermarket stuff. So just throwing that out there. Pretty good product. It works. Well, quite a bit of effort to get those top two bolts out. I forget how hard it is, but the firewall on this is a tight fit. That's why I ordered another one of those 69 Firebird Turbo 400 dipsticks. Should work good on this, the shape of it and everything. And when I was tearing down that seat to recycle, guess I got paid after all. I found me some old car fuses. This is like what this car or the 66 would use. So I call that a win. And by the way, you know, if you go to that 66 over there, that's real easy to work on 65 to 76 big cars. I mean, I can just lean over and grab all the bell housing bolts all the way down to the bottom from the top, leaning over the fender in just a few minutes and get them all out. You know, so the 63 is not as easy in that area. The rest of it is more or less, just not that part. Well, got her jacked up, and yeah, we may relocate that once we get all the new wiring done. Might put it under the passenger floor pan and do see if I got a little electric fan that could be attached to it. I don't know. I don't want any electric stuff on this thing, though. It's all mechanical, man. Mechanical race fuel pump, mechanical clutch fan. It's just the minimums, man. One wire alternator, HEI, toggle switch. Got to run the circuit for the tail light, brake light stuff, because I had the battery in the back and it was easy just to wire it up direct. Anyway, on to the boring stuff. I believe this drum was warped because it was stuck on here, and I had a hell of a time getting it off when I first got the brakes going on this thing. See where I had to grind the clearance once I had it off to fix from all the hammering. And so the hub actually will come off. A lot of times they're just stuck and you think they're not separate pieces, but they actually are separate. I never put the new drum on because the crappy quality of the newer brake shoes wouldn't have let me adjust the adjuster small enough to fit the thickness of the new drum. It was like an NOS drum or something I picked up, and well, anyway, I was gonna have to use a Dremel and like slot the brake shoe deeper to get the adjuster, pull it in more, you know, is what I'm saying. We'll get to that later. Also got some new polyurethane sway bar bushings probably gonna put on, because you know that's nice and all, but I think it could be better. You're probably wondering, well, why even have a sway bar? It's a drag car. Well, listen here, this is not heavy at all, and actually having the sway bar on it helps keep the front end level when you're launching. You see all these people, especially GM coil spring cars, you know, like A-body's got coils at four corners, they go yanking sway bars off, and then the thing goes twisting and doing the left front off the ground and the right one's still on the ground and all that weird launch nonsense, and then trying to use some kind of technology to try to compensate at the back with airbags and all kinds of dumb stuff. And it's like, or you could just put some greased up low friction poly bushings on the sway bar and it'll keep the front end straight, and then it just launches. Really nothing to it. Trying to reinvent the wheel, something other ones that screwed it up. Ran across this new product from Revolver, all cattle no hat, Imperial IPA. We're gonna have to try that out. Yeah, I'm gonna just say it's a one-time purchase. I'm not big into Imperial IPAs. Get a bunch of maltiness added to, it just tastes like barley wine and not really my style. So this will be a one and done. I just like normal hop IPA stuff and pales, and not so much this style with a bunch of malts, boozy, whatever. Tastes like barley wine to me. Not that great. I had two drums laying around that are for the old Pontiacs. I believe this is an old rear for the 9.3 rear end. I think this is the new front. I'm not real sure right now. Do you remember the other video or reel showed my graphic nature of my garage where the yellow Rally 350 was parked and why the bricks just almost fall off the side of the house? Yeah, there's no rebar in this. This is a real problem. I think I just went ahead and made the executive decision that this works right now, so we're going to leave it alone. We're not going to do more work than we need to. We just got to get it going. Don't get it right or perfect, just get it going. That's what David says. Had to come back out to the magical storage area, horse trailer, so we can get those brand new bush and A-frames off of this. Need to grab the driver's side section. Gonna have to bust that apart. Got this and the right safety gear. Well, you're probably wondering, are you sure which side's which? Well, on the 63, 64, which would be the same as 61 or 2, steering is behind the center line. So this is the left front. But this is kind of shifted. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just gonna have to buy the bushings. Go ahead and build the other one. Why even mess with this? I mean, you can see this is off center, so it's shifted because it's more centered here under all this dirt. So I might be cheap, but I ain't stupid. So this may just be all scrap metal. I don't know. I'll probably keep it, but I got some 66 drum brakes over there and a bent piece of trim. The wind tore off the barn. I need to pull off, straighten. I don't know, man. This crap's heavy. I need to separate it all, but whatever's. I don't know. I guess I'm ordering bushings. Damn it. Well, I switched gears here more than a big rig, but since I'm going to have to order the bushings, I'm not going to bother pulling off that A-frame right now. I got this piece of crap cracked up steering wheel off 64 Grand Prix. Mind you, the column is a floor shift column, except some rain got in it because I should have kept it inside, but whatever. This is a 16.5-inch steering wheel. I have a Champ 500. Let me show you. It was kind of like new old stock, used, whatever, but it got rusty. My friend let me use that, and of course, and the car's been outside. It's 13 inches, and I got manual steering, so the 16.5-inch steering wheel is going on. That's the bottom line. It's too damn hard to turn. Now, sure, I could get skinnier tires, but these are 215/75 15s on 15x6 steel wheels. I don't think they're 15x5 wheels. I'm not sure. Whatever. Anyway, need a bigger steering wheel. So I'm going to try to get this nut off, and it's in there somewhere. And then we're going to get a puller on it, some heat if we have to, whatever. Try to get it off. Then maybe I can just wrap this thing or come up with a way to see if it'll survive a little while. I don't know. This thing's a complete piece of crap. Maybe I won't even use it and I'll just stop and go to something else. Well, that steering wheel's a piece of crap. I'm not sure. I got to go back and look at steering wheels again for new. because it's a complete piece of garbage. Maybe I can find a deal on a new one. I don't know, it's just such a POS. So wait till my steering wheels and back of the trailer hitch. So yeah, a while back I bought the wrong 2020 Ram factory hitch. This was off new body style and mine's a classic. So the bracketry didn't work. There's a video on that. So I've been cutting off the plate and the plug welds to get this piece off, because mine has a drop down tube just like this, so that I can just clean it up and weld it on mine. Have it welded on mine, I'm saying, because I don't have a MIG welder, but I didn't finish grinding it off. So if I can get this ground off, I can throw this in the scrap pile that I'm forming in the back of my truck, and who knows, maybe we'll throw a bunch of drum brake crap in there too. Let's see. Alright, death wheel mode engaged, guard off so I can get in tighter, and if I end up, it explodes and cuts my jugular vein and I die and I don't finish uploading this video, you'll know, except you won't know because I didn't upload the video. So if I don't post anything anymore, I might be dead. That's all. What do we got here? Something's coming down the road fast. Sounds like Pontiac. Oh yeah. 12-second 6.6 Catalina with 293 highway gears and a quadra jet on a 455 pump gas motor. Yeah, probably won't get as much work done. It's Thirsty Thursday, I'm grinding over here. I need a break.